If you're over 60 and waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night to use the bathroom, listen carefully, because tonight might be the last night that happens. Most people believe nighttime urination is just part of aging. Doctors call it nocturia, and millions of seniors are told the same thing: your bladder's just getting smaller. But here's the truth. For most people, your bladder is not the problem at all. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 5 simple movements you can do right on your bed that may help your body sleep through the night again. No pills, no surgery, just simple movements that relax the muscles, calm the nerves, and drain the hidden fluid that may be waking you up at 3 a.m. Let me explain something most people never hear. During the day, gravity slowly pulls fluid down into your legs and ankles. You may not even notice it, but it's there. Tiny amounts of fluid collecting in your lower body hour after hour while you sit, drive, or watch television. Then something interesting happens. When you finally lie down at night, gravity stops holding that fluid in your legs. And suddenly, that fluid rushes back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys start filtering it. And about 90 minutes after you fall asleep, your bladder fills up. That's why so many people wake up around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. But that's only part of the story, because there is a second problem most people never think about. When we sit too much during the day, the muscles in the hips and pelvis become tight and rigid. And those tight muscles can actually press on the bladder, sending false signals to your brain that you need to go, even when the bladder isn't full. So your brain wakes you up. You walk to the bathroom, and barely anything comes out. Sound familiar? The good news is this: because the problem is mechanical, the solution is mechanical too. And these 5 simple movements are designed to fix exactly that. Let's begin. Start by lying flat on your back in bed. If you need a pillow under your head, that's perfectly fine. Now gently bring your right knee toward your chest. Hold it with both hands. If your knee feels uncomfortable, simply hold the back of your thigh instead. Now breathe slowly. Deep inhale through the nose. Long, slow exhale through the mouth. What you're doing right now is stretching a deep muscle called the psoas. This muscle connects your spine to your legs. But here's something fascinating. The psoas also shares connective tissue with organs like your kidneys and bladder. When we sit for long periods during the day, the psoas shortens and tightens. And when it's tight, it can literally push into the space where your bladder expands, reducing its capacity. By stretching this muscle now, you're giving your bladder room to fill normally again. Stay here for about 20 seconds. Now slowly switch legs. Bring the left knee toward your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. That may sound strange, but there is a direct neurological connection between jaw tension and pelvic floor tension. If you're clenching your jaw, your pelvic floor is probably clenching too. So let everything soften. Your body is starting to unwind. Now place both feet flat on the bed. Let your knees gently fall open to the sides. Bring the soles of your feet together. This is called the reclined butterfly position. If your hips feel tight, place pillows under your knees. Remember, we're not trying to force a stretch. We're simply allowing the body to release. This movement targets the inner thigh muscles, also called the adductors. These muscles attach directly to the pelvis, and when they're tight, they constantly pull on the pelvic floor. That creates a background tension that your brain interprets as urgency. But when these muscles relax, pressure on the bladder decreases. Place your hands on your lower belly. Take a slow breath in. Imagine your breath expanding the entire pelvic area. Then slowly exhale. Let the tension melt into the mattress. This position also increases blood flow to the prostate in men and the reproductive organs in women. Improved circulation helps reduce inflammation, which is another hidden cause of nighttime urination. Stay here for a few breaths. Your nervous system is shifting into rest mode. Now slowly bring your knees back together. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. This creates a figure 4 shape. Instead of pulling your legs toward you, simply use your hand to gently press the right knee away from you. You should feel a stretch deep in the outer hip. This area contains a muscle called the piriformis. When this muscle becomes tight, it can irritate a nerve called the pudendal nerve, and that nerve plays a major role in bladder control. When it's irritated, it sends confusing signals to your brain. Your brain thinks the bladder is full, even when it's not. This exercise calms that nerve down. For an extra relaxing effect, rock your hips gently side to side. Just a tiny movement. This rocking motion signals safety to your nervous system, and it helps lower stress hormones that can make the bladder more sensitive. Now switch sides. Left ankle over right knee. Breathe slowly. You're restoring mobility that many people lose with age, and your bladder benefits from that freedom. Place both feet flat on the bed again. Now imagine there is a marble resting on your belly button. Tilt your pelvis backward to roll the marble toward your chest. Your lower back gently presses into the bed. Then tilt forward slightly. Arch the back just a little. Do this slowly a few times. This movement wakes up the spine and pelvis. Now on the next backward tilt, press through your heels. Lift your hips just a few inches. You don't need to go high. Just enough to activate the glute muscles. Hold for 3 seconds, then slowly lower down. Why is this important? Because weak glutes are extremely common after age 60. When the glutes are weak, the pelvic floor tries to compensate. It becomes overworked and tight, and that tight pelvic floor contributes to bladder urgency. By strengthening the glutes, you allow the pelvic floor to finally relax. Repeat this gentle bridge 3 or 4 times. Now we come to the movement that may make the biggest difference, the fluid drain. Lie back and lift your legs. You can place them against a wall or rest them on pillows. The key is simple. Your feet should be higher than your heart. Now begin pumping your ankles. Point your toes away from you, then flex them toward your face. Pump, flex, pump, flex. Your calf muscles act like a second heart. They pump blood and fluid back toward your core. By doing this before bed, you're forcing your body to process the fluid while you're still awake. That means your bladder empties before sleep, instead of waking you up in the middle of the night. Do this for about 60 seconds, then slowly lower your legs. Lie still for a moment. Notice how your body feels. Your hips are looser. Your lower back is relaxed. Your breathing is slower. Your nervous system is calmer. You have just addressed 3 of the biggest causes of nighttime urination: tight muscles, irritated nerves, and fluid trapped in the legs. But remember, this is not a magic trick. Your body developed these patterns over years, so give it time. Try this routine for 7 nights in a row. Most people start noticing changes within the first week. Also remember one simple habit. Stop drinking large amounts of fluid about 2 hours before bedtime, but stay well hydrated earlier in the day, because dehydration can actually irritate the bladder even more. Your body wants to sleep. Sometimes it just needs a little help. And tonight, you gave it that help. Sleep well.